inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in you, cause real women don't bitch, no. Real women don't, 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 real women don't bitch.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the Real Women Don't Bitch podcast. This is your proud host, August Crenshaw, aka Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless. I am the #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs because building mental muscle is necessary in order to implement successful business strategies. This show has been created for the woman who is not excuse-driven and needs help building a profitable business. I will be interviewing women from various fields who are willing to break the silence on struggles that specifically affect female entrepreneurs. Welcome to a show where I and guest speakers from time to time share our methods that help us beast our business no matter what is going on in our lives. Whether you are an online or brick and mortar business owner, this show is for you. We will hit every angle, personal, professional, and spiritual. Why? Because on any given day, you get hit with shit from a scenario involving one, more, or perhaps all of the above. It all impacts you and your mindset towards your business. I have made it my personal mission to provide a space where we dive deep into the BS we face on a day-to-day basis. Hey, ladies. This podcast episode is going to be interesting because I'm bringing drama to the table. Yes. I hope you guys are okay with my little rasp in my voice. Whatever it is that's trying to take a hold of me just will not let go as I'm in this transition of seasons. But nevertheless, I feel really good. But I had a crazy situation happen. And it's weird, right? Because you guys know that I'm doing a major collaboration with 20 other women. And so I love to work with other women. I love to open up doors for other women. And of course, as a business owner, I'm always looking to, be on the receiving end of that. But you guys, some of us, we just do not collaborate well at all. And I just got shitted on, you guys. I was just so thoroughly disrespected that I walked away from a speaking opportunity before things got too far, and I was on publications and promoted and stuff like that. And I want to talk to you all about this because, well, ladies, we have situations occur, right, where other women offend us or they do us wrong. Sometimes we can talk about it. Sometimes we can let it go. Some of us, if we're not as mature, we may explode. And this is the reason why the podcast was created. So we can look at whatever life throws at us and discuss it. And you all may not agree with the decision that I made or how I handled this, but I want you all to see how I dealt with the fact that a lady practically just, for me, it was major disrespect. You may not think this. You look at it from your perspective with your situation, but I got to tell you about this. So let me just kind of paint the picture a little bit. I got invited to speak at someone's event, and this is it. I don't really, from my understanding, this person has been doing what they've been doing for almost 2 decades. So they're a boss, right? They're a boss babe. They've done what they've done in the industry. Woo woo. And compared to me and how long I've been in the industry, they do have a little bit over a decade of experience in this field. And that's great too. So here it is. We've connected. We've met each other online. We've been developing a relationship. We're in the exact same industry. A lot of our products and services overlap as far as being a business coach, helping people with their ideal client, helping them with sales, understanding how to properly price and package their products, dealing with their mindset, asking for money. I mean, we're pretty much a freaking mirror to each other. And so we were like, how can we help lift each other up? And I'm like, great, let's do this. I have no problem working with someone in the same field because I am not
one who suffers from an inferiority complex. I'm looking at her like, yeah, she's got all these years, but I'm going to bring it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to carry my weight. And as far as I was concerned, it was going to be an honor, right? To be around someone though, so here's this dynamic of, pride in what I do and then humility. I'm like, yeah, you're an older woman. You've been doing what you've been doing for many years. You know how they say, you shouldn't want to be the smartest person in the room. I am constantly evaluating my circle. I mean, these are things that I said to this lady, and, I'm listening to you and looking at the way you carry yourself. And so it's going to be an honor, to be able to learn from you. That's what I thought. And not to say that I still couldn't learn anything from this woman, but unfortunately, cut to the chase, I won't ever be doing any work with her. So here we go. She decides that she's going to have this event and she wants some speakers, and it's me and another lady. And so she even has a meeting and she's like, yeah, I wanted to discuss the event with you guys. I found the location, let's talk about different ways we can market, what this is going to look like, so on and so forth. And, I'm just at the meeting and I'm kind of like, okay, I'm participating in this. That was a little bit different for me. I pull people into my experiences and I usually have everything already constructed, and I say, hey, now let's talk about the creative ways that you can be inside of this in addition to what I've made. But no big deal, I'm still going with the flow. And I'm like, okay, this is different, but I'm still watching and I'm observing. Well, the time comes when she says, I need you guys to send me your bio. And I'm like, oh, okay. And what are the requirements? And the primary requirement was that she really wanted it to be about 200 words, no more than 400. And I'm like, okay, well, that's no big deal. I have a short bio and I keep it pretty short because I know, like, for instance, if any of you were ever a guest here on Lipson, if you give me a really, really long bio, the section for iTunes, it only gives you 500 words or 500 characters, something like that. So a lot of these platforms, when you have to have a short bio, and she wanted a short one. So that was no big deal. In order for me to get you guys to understand why I'm so grossly offended by what I'm about to tell you, I'm going to have to read this to you. I had somebody rape me, emotionally and virtually. They took my bio, and I've never, in all of my life and all the things I've done, I've never did this to anyone, and I've never had anybody do this to me. But this is my short bio, okay? And you're going to hear that I'm tooting my horn, something that I teach you guys that you should do all the time. My bio says, August Crenshaw is a business coach who specializes in strategy, mindset, and sales. You can find her somewhere on social media giving a ton of value. She is the epitome of living and breathing unapologetically. Her secret weapon is mindset. More importantly, she knows the power is in being herself. In a world where anyone can label themselves as an entrepreneur, she knows the number one unique identifying factor is you. Transferring her knowledge and strategies infuse confidence in other women in business. See why her clients say working with August will make you feel like you can take over the world. Now it is your turn. No time for fluff list building tactics. She comes straight out the gate with value. Being connected to her means real strategies you can use right away. She is bright, vibrant, knowledgeable, a world changer, trendsetter, a sales beast who wouldn't be anything without the tribe connected to her. She is raw, real, and relentless. Your goals are her goals. She is a success champion for women in business. Now, I ain't gonna lie, you guys, I'm kind of freaking proud of that. Some people may look for the more, and this, and I'm a mother of this, and I've had this, but you guys know how I am. This represents me. This sounds like my voice, and it lets you see who August is. Well, I received an email from this lady, and it was the same day. She sent me an email back, and it says, I edited your bio. Please let me know if you approve. And I'm thinking, did I do something stupid? Not capitalize, business coach, left out some periods or something. Dang it, I'm a typo queen. I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, what if I missed because I have this bio on some other things? So I'm like, oh, well, let me see what she had to correct, because I'm going to need to go back and correct these things, on these other platforms. And lo and behold, and I'm going to still, try to do this some justice and read it with some enthusiasm. But this is what she sent me back. Now, mind you, my bio was only 172 words, and you could have it be at least 200. So she says, August Crenshaw is a business coach who believes in giving tons of value, focused on strategy, mindset, and sales. She is raw, real, and relentless. Your goals are her goals. She is a success champion for women in business. Her clients love her because of her no-nonsense style of transferring knowledge and strategies and infusing confidence in other women in business. August is bright, vibrant, knowledgeable, a world changer, trendsetter, and a sales beast who wouldn't be anything without the tribe connected to her. Damn. Now, for those of you who actually like to read to learn, the auditory thing didn't get you. You probably got to go back and like rewind this part of the podcast again so that you can hear the difference. But when I read it, I was like, oh my God, and I could have easily just reached out and said, excuse me. Why did you make these changes? What was the motivation behind that? And whatever it was that you were looking for, if I didn't give it to you, then why can't you communicate that to me? And then I would make the necessary edits or send you a different bio and you go from there. But of course, as a person who works with mindset, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this. Before we get to the fact that you stepped on my toes, you took out every point of connection in my bio. You took out every power impacting phrase or statement that I made. What happened to she's the epitome of living unapologetically, and your key is mindset. What happened to things like she knows the number one unique identifying factor is you, which for those of you that follow me, that's a phrase that I say a lot. Why did she take out, see why her clients say working with August will make you feel like you can take over the world? And what about the part of, your turn to receive, implementable strategies that, you can use right away, and even just the order of it. I was like, damn, the part that I really sold myself on connecting with the other people, that's what she took out. And so, yeah, I could give her the benefit of the doubt that subconsciously she doesn't realize that she took out the most important parts. But I'm sitting here looking at this situation like, damn, let's be clear. She's been in the game for almost 2 decades. You're much older than me. So you already come from an era where being a woman and stepping out there and saying that you're a boss, I'm sure you've already had your toes stepped on. You've already had someone disrespect you or make you feel less than or uncomfortable. And maybe you did compromise and say, well, in order for me to be able to get ahead, I'm going to still do this because this is more important to me to get ahead. But because you've already experienced that, why would you do that to another sister? Why would you take away my thunder? And for me, you guys know how I am. The relationship is brand new. I could have easily got on the phone. I could have talked to her. Some of you all may be wondering what I did. And to be honest with you, I said, oh, well, this right here is showing me what her moral code is. If this is the way she functions and she operates, if she likes to control things, then we're not meant to work together. That's not the way that I get down, and I can't deal with that. I can't tolerate it. I just was very polite and sent her a message back and let her know that, I apologize. As a matter of fact, I've read everything else to you. I don't know why I don't see this email now, but excuse me. I just said, hey, good evening. I wish I could have given you sooner notice. Unfortunately, I will not be able to be a speaker at your event. I regret any delays this may cause with your plans. However, I wanted to let you know as soon as I found out. I pray a woman of your connection and status will readily find a replacement. Wishing you the best. I am certain it will be amazing. Onward and upward. And so unless she just happens to be on low key, listening to my podcast, and she's never celebrated me or told me anything about that either, and say, hey girl, I've been following you on social media too, and I love what you're talking about, then that email is all that she has to go by. And so that leaves room for her to think that something happened to me, but she doesn't understand. Yes, something happened to me, and that something was you. And of course, she reached back out and, I hope everything is okay. Is there any way I can help? And I just said, hey, I'm just in a trying season of my life. And, once again, wordplay. I'm not going through anything. I mean, the worst thing I could have dealt with was, when my grandmother passed. The trying season is, that as much as I'm enjoying myself and things are going great, I still have people that are trying my patience, that are testing me. And so, she could take it to think, to believe whatever it is that she wants to believe. And so some of you may be thinking all kinds of stuff. I'm really interested to know what's your opinion on, how I handle the situation. But I'm going to tell you why I didn't pick up the phone and I didn't call this woman. I didn't have a discussion with her because, one, you're too damn old to be doing that shit. Real talk. And I'm not going to think that you don't know what you did. You know exactly what you did, and you're comfortable enough with your behavior. And so you guys, some of you will work with anybody and do anything to get a shot. I don't even know how big this event is going to be, and I don't care. And I don't even care who's going to be there, because what is for me is meant for me. And I just said in my original bio, I am the epitome of living unapologetically. So I am not going to ever water down who I am or let someone step on my toes. If that means that building my empire, I added another year or two because I didn't kiss somebody's ass, then so freaking what? I want to go to bed every night and feel good. I want to wake up every morning and feel good, and not be like some of you who are involved in these collaborative experiences where you're like, oh my God, I really don't like this, but I'm just going to save face and I'm going to be professional and I'm going to show up. And trust me, I have had so many clients who have come to me with that BS. I know that's what you all deal with. And from another perspective, as a business coach, when I work with a client, I dig all into their stuff. I look at their processes. I look at, from the beginning, if I were to come into this situation with being your client, what is going to happen to me as I'm going through the entire process? And I look at how a person is showing up. Me talking to her and telling her about herself, what she did or what she didn't do, would have been me coaching her on her business etiquette. If I got to have a conversation to break that shit down to you, I'm going to need you to write out a check and pay me. I am not about to be offended and give you the juice for free. So this is an individual who may be sitting there saying to herself, why does this always happen to me? I'm opening doors for people and I always get crapped on. Look, if you have and I'm not saying that that's what she said, but I'm just saying the probability is high. A lot of you guys will look and say, I don't understand why this always happens to me, why I feel like I get taken advantage of or people don't appreciate me. You have to always go back to the drawing board and say, what about me? What is it that I'm doing to turn people away? Because I collaborate with women all the time. And like now, even with my summit, these women are on fire. I'm not telling them to promote that much. Most people put a template or two out and say, hey, I'm speaking at an event. These women are saying something like in every other freaking post that they have that they are a part of this, because they've been in part of the process, because they've been respected, because they're being lifted up, because I am being a champion for them with their business as well. So I know exactly what it should look like and how you should make a woman feel if they are going to work with you. And just so you know, even though I'm confident in where I stand, you better believe I picked up the phone and I had to talk to a couple of sisters and say, okay, let's talk about what happened to me. And let me just read something to you. Well, even before I told them what happened, let me read something to you. And one of them was like, excuse me. I've actually worked with you. What is that? What is that on that bio? That does not impress me. That does not make me want to know who you are. I did not feel August. And, so on and so forth. So just ask yourself, am I really doing everything I can to make a woman feel good, or am I stepping on someone else's toes? Because if you step in on another sister's toes, or better yet, that right there, because you took my words away from me, you stepped on my throat. You literally just said, I'm gonna steal everything I can from you. So, that's it. But the weird shit goes down in business, right? This is part of the reason why it's so hard for us to get ahead, because we're not doing what we can to really make sure that we're allowing another sister to shine. And it's really, really, that's it. Point blank, period. So, I love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. That is, your podcast episode for today. If you haven't registered for the summit yet, please We're addressing all of these issues, your mental, your emotional mindset, how you properly function in business, as well as the technical and practical things behind it. The summit is free. It's free from the 24th to the 27th. Yes, there's a paid option. It's literally only $97. I give value. You guys already know that. Click the link and register. Reserve your space, because before you know it, it's going to be too late. An event like this only comes around once a year, and it is a game changer for your business. This is what gets you from out of the darkness and into the light with your business. So let me get out of here. You know, I usually try to keep Monday and Wednesday episodes under 20 minutes at the most, and I'm pretty freaking close to that. All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you for joining me today. Remember to cultivate a mindset that is biased towards taking action. No bitching, whining, or complaining. Here, our mantra is, real women don't bitch, we get shit done. See you next week as I continue to bring you what you need to keep your head in the game and beast your business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. Would you like a specific topic covered? Have a question you would like answered live? Then head on over to realwomen.don't bitch.podcast.com. Subscribe to my email list, hit me up, and I got you. Interested in being a guest speaker? You walk the walk? Then you can sign up on the website too. This is your #1 advanced mental conditioning specialist for entrepreneurs, Mrs. Raw, Real, and Relentless, signing out. Deuces!
Inspire, empower, grab your girls and soar a little higher. Unlock the fire in